All right, so everybody's talking about AI content creation tools, right? But who's got time for all that hype? We hear ya. That's why we're doing this deep dive.
Exactly.
We're going to figure out not just what these tools are, but how they actually matter to you.
Yeah.
Whether you're, a creative pro or just starting out.
Right.
We've got a whole bunch of articles and research here. And
yeah, a lot of information out there.
let me tell you, some of this stuff is seriously mind-blowing.
It really is remarkable how this technology is changing things.
Isn't it?
I mean, what used to be like science fiction
Right.
is just like everyday reality now for businesses, for individuals.
Exactly. And we're not just talking about, robots writing novels, although they kind of are doing that too.
They are, yeah.
But we're diving into tools that can help you generate everything from like your social media posts to video scripts, all powered by AI.
Yeah, it's wild.
But okay, before we get lost in all of that, let's break it down to basics.
Yeah.
What does AI content creation even mean?
Okay, so at its core, AI content creation is using algorithms, sophisticated algorithms, to create, I mean, think about tools like ChatGPT for text,
Right.
or Adobe Firefly for visuals.
Okay.
These tools use natural language processing and machine learning to understand what you're asking them to do,
Right.
and then they generate tailored content.
So it's kind of like having a brainstorming partner.
Yes.
That's read every book ever.
So,
and can just like whip up an amazing headline before I even finish my coffee.
yeah, it's pretty amazing, and the implications are huge.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to change, potentially, revolutionize
Wow.
how we work, workflows,
Yeah.
free up our time,
Right.
so we can work on more strategic things.
Okay.
And even like potentially find things in data that, we as humans would miss because we just don't have the capacity to analyze that much data.
Right.
So, and in fact, by 2030, the global AI market, they're saying, could be worth over $826 billion.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
That's huge growth.
It's not small potatoes.
Yeah.
Like, this is a big deal.
A good deal, yeah.
So, okay, but let's get specific for our listeners. Like, what are some of the actual benefits that they can expect to see, in their day-to-day, in their work?
Absolutely.
Like, I am all about time is money.
Right.
So increased productivity to me sounds pretty darn appealing.
Oh, for sure. So imagine this.
Okay.
You are launching a new product.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And you need, really great descriptions for your online store.
Yeah.
Instead of spending hours writing those descriptions,
yeah.
the AI can do it in minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then that frees you up to focus on,
Right. The other stuff.
the other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. But yeah.
What about, those of us who sit down to be creative and we just hit that wall?
Totally.
Can AI help with that?
That's where things get really interesting because let's say you are writing a blog post about, I don't know, the future of remote work.
Okay.
You can give an AI tool just some basic information, some keywords.
Okay.
And it can come up with subtopics, statistics that are relevant, even different angles that you might not have thought of.
Okay.
Because it has access to all of this information.
So it's like a brainstorming buddy that's plugged in.
Plugged in.
To everything.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It's really helpful.
It is really helpful, but it also makes me wonder if AI is so good at all of this. Like, what does that even mean for us humans?
Yeah.
Are we all going to be out of a job?
That's the question that everybody's asking, and it's such an important one.
Because, AI has all of this efficiency and insight, but it's still a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, how effective it is really depends on the user.
So it's less about, like, AI replacing us.
Yeah.
More about us, like, figuring out how to use AI to our advantage.
Yes. Right. It's like AI is working with us.
Yeah, like a partnership.
Yeah, a collaboration, like you were saying.
Okay.
You bring, your unique perspective, your creativity, your understanding of your audience.
Yeah.
And the AI brings the data.
Oh.
And like the raw materials.
Yeah, it's like having a sous chef in my content creation kitchen.
I love that.
Right, prepping everything.
Yeah.
And I can just kind of come in and be like,
you're the head chef.
All right, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Exactly.
Exactly. But like any powerful tool, I mean.
Right, because it's easy to get, like,
It's easy to get carried away.
AI is going to solve everything.
It's magic.
Yeah. And it's not. Like,
it's not magic.
That's not a magic bullet.
Right.
There are limitations.
So let's talk about that.
Okay.
What are some of the limitations? Where does it, like, fall short?
Okay. So one area where AI still struggles is with, like, genuine creativity and originality.
Right.
It can, kind of like mimic existing styles. It can generate text that's grammatically correct, maybe even engaging, but it's going to lack that, like, real spark.
Right. So it's like the difference between a really talented cover band and, like, the original artist.
Yes.
The cover band
They might nail it technically,
but they're not going to have that
raw, that, like,
that heart and soul.
Yeah, the heart and soul. And this kind of goes into another thing, which is, like, specificity.
Oh.
If you have, like, a very specific brand voice, or you're working in a niche field.
With its own, like, jargon,
right.
AI might totally miss the mark.
Yeah, you don't want your AI-generated content sounding like a robot wrote it.
Totally.
Especially work hard to.
Especially, if you've built a brand.
Cultivate this. Like, voice, that's your own.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want it to sound generic.
No.
And the right tool is so important.
Yeah, because it's like, how do we even know?
Yeah, because it's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. There's so many.
There's a lot out there, and it's changing all the time.
Okay.
Well, one thing we have to talk about.
Okay, what's that?
Because this is a potential pitfall, I think, that's often overlooked.
Okay.
In all the hype.
Okay, lay it on me. What is it?
It's accuracy.
Okay.
And what's known as AI hallucination.
AI hallucination.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of ominous.
I know, right? But basically, it's like AI tools can sometimes generate information that sounds totally believable. But it's completely made up.
Wait, hold on. So AI can just...
I know.
Make stuff up.
It can, and that's why...
That's a little unnerving.
It can be unnerving, and that's why, human oversight is still so important.
Okay.
Like, AI can be amazing for research, for content generation.
Yeah.
But it's not a substitute for critical thinking and fact-checking.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, just because it sounds good.
Exactly, and especially now...
Doesn't mean it's true.
Especially in the age of misinformation.
Right.
We really have to be careful.
Yeah, so what does that mean for our listeners? Like, if they're using AI for, research or whatever it may be.
Double check.
Okay.
Double check your facts, your figures. Any claims that are generated by AI.
Right.
Especially if you're working on something where accuracy is really important.
Right.
Think of it as like a starting point.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
A way to streamline things.
Right.
But don't just assume
that
everything it's giving you is like the gospel truth.
So it's that, like, teamwork.
It is. It's that collaboration.
That we keep talking about, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's like, we've got to work together on this.
Humans and AI working together.
Okay, so we've talked about the good.
Yeah.
We've talked about, like, what to watch out for.
The pitfalls.
Yeah, the pitfalls, exactly.
So now let's get into some specific tools.
Yes, please.
That people can actually use.
Because I'm ready to use these things.
Okay, so give me the details.
Let's start with e-commerce. Because I think a lot of people listening.
Yeah, a lot of entrepreneurs out there.
A lot of entrepreneurs, small businesses, are doing e-commerce.
Absolutely.
And it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Keeping your website up to date.
Right.
Product descriptions, ad copy, customer inquiries.
It's constant.
It's a lot.
And that's where a tool like Shopify Magic can really come in handy.
Okay, I've heard of Shopify.
Yeah.
What is Shopify Magic?
So it's integrated directly into Shopify.
Okay.
And it's like having this built-in content assistant.
Okay.
That's specifically designed for e-commerce.
Okay, so tell me more. How does it actually work?
Okay, so let's say you're selling candles, right?
Okay.
You have all these different scents. You have different sizes.
Yeah.
Instead of writing a description.
Yeah, for every single one.
For every single one.
Right.
You can put in some basic information.
Okay.
Like key ingredients, maybe what it's intended for, the feeling you're going for, what's the vibe. And it will generate product descriptions that are great for shoppers.
Okay.
And search engines.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's helpful because that's a lot of work.
It's a ton of work.
Yeah.
And it's not just product descriptions.
Okay.
You can do email subject lines, blog post ideas.
What?
Yeah. Social media captions.
So it's like my whole marketing team.
Yeah. It's like having a whole team.
All in one time.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And you can customize the tone.
Oh, okay. That's it.
Like if you want something to sound playful or sophisticated.
Yeah, because we were just talking about how...
Exactly. You don't want to lose that brand voice.
You don't want to lose your brand voice.
Yeah, you don't want it to be generic.
Right.
So that's where Shopify Magic can really help.
Okay, very cool. What about Jasper?
Oh, Jasper. Okay, so Jasper is great.
I've heard of that one too.
It's really popular with content creators, marketers.
Yeah.
Because it's very versatile.
Okay.
And it learns your writing style over time.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Which is kind of cool. So, and this is different.
Yeah, how's it different from Shopify Magic?
So Shopify Magic is really focused on e-commerce.
Okay.
Jasper is more like your general writing assistant.
Gotcha.
It can do blog posts, website copy, marketing emails, social media content, even scripts.
Really? Okay.
Like for podcasts.
Wow, it does everything.
It's pretty versatile.
It is. Is it easy to use?
It's very user-friendly.
Okay.
Even if you've never used an AI tool before.
Okay, that's good, because some of them aren't.
Some of them can be a little clunky.
Yes, very much so.
But this one, it's like you give it some basic information. Like, what's the topic?
Okay.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
What kind of tone? And it will generate a draft.
So I could, like, give it a blog post outline?
Yeah, totally.
And it would just, like, fill it all in.
It would flesh it out, yeah.
That's amazing.
And what's cool
Okay.
is that over time, as you use it, it learns what you like.
Wow.
It learns your preferences.
That's so cool.
It tailors the output more.
See, and that solves the problem that we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
Of it being generic. Because if it's learning my style, now it's authentic to me.
And that's the thing. Like, the goal isn't to replace us.
Right.
It's to help us be better, be faster.
So it's really about, like, augmenting.
It's augmenting what we can already do.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Yeah, but I think we have to be honest about the fact that, like, not everything needs to be created by AI.
There are times where, like you said, it's not perfect.
Exactly. Like, there are certain types of content where, like...
Where we're still better.
We're still better, yeah.
Yeah, like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so anything that requires, like, deep emotional intelligence, complex storytelling, nuance, cultural context. Humans are still better at that.
Right, like opinion pieces. Or
exactly. Things that really require...
And you need that personality.
You need that human touch, that human voice.
Yeah, because AI can string words together.
Totally.
But it can't.
But it doesn't have the experience.
It doesn't have the lived experience.
Exactly.
Right.
So it can't, bring that same level.
Right. And AI doesn't understand sarcasm, like all of that nuance.
Yeah, the humor, the heart, all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so it's really about remembering that these are tools.
Right.
And they can be powerful.
Yeah.
But they're not replacing us.
Okay, I like that because I think that's important for people to hear.
Yeah, they're not going to take your job.
Right.
But they might help you do your job better.
And maybe help you enjoy your job more. Because if it's taking away...
Right, if it's taking away the stuff...
The stuff you don't like doing.
That you're dreading.
Right.
Now you can focus on the stuff that you're good at, that you enjoy.
Right.
That lights you up.
I love that.
So...
Okay, so we've talked about e-commerce. We've talked about, like...
Content creation.
General content creation. Yeah. What about, like, audio and video?
Oh, okay, yes. Because
that's its own beast.
That can be so time-consuming.
Editing audio and video.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. Like hours and hours.
It's so tedious sometimes.
Yeah.
Just to find that, like, one little sound bite.
Exactly.
So I gotta edit out
that one.
The ums and the likes.
And so that's where a tool like Descript comes in.
Okay, Descript, what's that?
Okay, so Descript is, I think, a game changer.
Okay.
For people who create audio and video content.
Okay.
So podcasts, videos, anything like that. Imagine being able to edit audio and video as easily as you edit text.
Wait, what? How is that even possible?
It is, because one of the things that Descript does is it transcribes your audio and video automatically.
So I don't have to go through and, like, type it all out.
You don't have to type it all out.
Oh my gosh, that would save me so much time.
It saves so much time, but it gets even better.
Okay, tell me more.
Once you have that transcript, you can actually edit the audio and video by editing the text.
Hold on, so I could, like, take out an in the text, and it would take it out of the audio.
You'll take it out of the audio.
You're kidding.
It's like magic.
That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, that's incredible.
It's so helpful.
For anybody who's, like, doing a podcast or...
Podcasters, video creators.
Yeah, like creating courses or anything.
It's really...
Because you and I both know how much time that takes.
Hours.
Yeah.
Hours and hours.
Hours and hours. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So this just, it does it all for you.
It really streamlines the process.
Streamlines everything. That's amazing. Okay, and then
yeah.
What about like sound effects?
And stuff like that. So Descript is amazing.
Okay.
For like that basic editing. Yeah. But it's not a full-on like audio production, you know, suite.
Okay.
Like you're not going to get...
So there's no like fancy...
You're not going to find the bells and whistles in there.
So you'd have to do that in a different program.
You can do it in a different program, but it does integrate with other software.
Oh, okay. That's good.
So you can kind of take it, you know...
Take it to the next level.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. So
yeah.
We've talked about e-commerce. Wow. We've talked about like general content, audio, video editing. Mm-hmm. What other areas are there? Like what else?
Oh my gosh. The possibilities are pretty endless.
Right.
Like I'm thinking about social media.
Okay, yeah.
Because social media...
That's a whole...
It's a whole thing.
It's a full-time job in itself.
It really is. And it's like you have to be...
Could do it well.
You have to be creative. You have to be strategic.
Insistent.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And so...
That's
where a tool like Hootsuite with Owly Writer can really be helpful.
So I've heard of Hootsuite.
Okay, so...
Is Owly Writer like part of Hootsuite?
It's part of Hootsuite. So Hootsuite is...
It's like a social media management platform.
It's a social media management platform.
Okay.
And they've added this AI.
Okay.
So Owly Writer can help you generate social media posts.
Okay.
Come up with hashtags. Okay. Even analyze your data.
Oh, wow.
To see what's working, what's not working.
That's really cool.
It's like having a social media strategist.
So I don't have to think anymore.
Well, you still have to think, but it just gives you like...
It gives me a starting point.
Yeah, a starting point. Like imagine you can create, you know, captions for Instagram. Yeah. You can schedule your tweets all in one place.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
And you could look at your engagement.
Okay.
And see like, okay, this is working, this isn't working.
That's huge.
Yeah, so it really helps you kind of...
Streamline that whole process.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. What about visual?
Oh, visuals.
Because like social media is
so visual.
Visual these days.
Yeah, and that's where Adobe Firefly comes in.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Adobe Firefly, we talked about that earlier.
We talked about it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the visual one.
It's amazing for visual content.
Okay, so remind me, what does it do again?
Okay, so basically you can generate images from text prompts.
Okay.
You can transform photos like incredibly
precisely.
Yeah. So like if I wanted to create, I don't know, like a cat wearing a hat, riding a unicycle on a tightrope.
Yes.
I could type that in and it would make it.
It can do that.
That's insane.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
It's amazing what it can do. It is. So I don't have to be like an illustrator or...
You don't have to be a designer.
A designer to do that.
It opens up so many possibilities.
It does. It really does. That's wild.
I know. And it understands like really nuanced prompts.
Okay. So
like you're not just saying, I want a picture of a tree.
Right.
You could be like, I want a picture of a tree in the style of Picasso.
Okay.
And it's a weeping willow.
Wow.
And it's, you know.
That's amazing.
It's like having your own personal
little assistant.
Illustrator.
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay, so we've covered a lot.
We've covered a lot
in this episode, and I'm like super excited.
It's very exciting, but
I also feel like
we have to.
My head's gonna explode. There's so much.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
And it can feel overwhelming. And so I think it's important to just remember, like, these tools. Yeah. They're amazing, but they're still
not perfect.
They're not perfect. Yeah, and the technology is still being developed.
Right. It's still early.
It's still early days. So
what are some of the challenges that we need to be thinking about?
Like as we're going forward.
As we're moving into this future with AI.
With AI, yeah.
One big one is ethics.
Okay.
Like we want to make sure.
Right. Like how are we using that?
How are we using it?
Yeah.
And are we using it responsibly?
Responsibly.
So I think transparency is a big one.
Okay, what does that look like?
So if you're using AI to create content, it's good to be upfront about that.
So like if I'm using AI to do my social media,
you could say
I should tell people.
You could say, hey, I'm using AI to help me with this.
Okay.
You know, what do you guys think?
Okay.
Let me know, like that kind of thing.
Right. Be open about it.
Be open about it. Yeah. Because especially if you're building a brand.
Right.
That's about authenticity.
Authenticity, right?
Transparency.
Yeah.
It's good to,
live up to that.
Live up to that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What else is there?
Bias.
Oh, yeah.
Bias is a big one.
That's a big one in AI.
It is because, AI is created by humans.
Right, and humans are biased.
Yeah, and humans are biased.
Right, even if we don't realize it.
Even if we don't realize it, yeah, so
how do we fix that?
that's the question, right? Like, how do we create AI that is ethical?
Right.
That is responsible.
And not perpetuating.
And not perpetuating those biases.
There's all those things that are already, happening.
So one thing is making sure that the data sets that are used to train these AI models are diverse, are representative.
Right.
So that,
So it's not just like one type of person.
Exactly. It's not just one type of person.
Repeating everything.
Yeah, because then you're just going to perpetuate the same problems.
Right, and it's going to be like this echo chamber of
which is what we don't want.
Which is the opposite of what we want. Right.
Yeah, no, I think that's
it's something to be mindful of.
Yeah, it's a really important point.
It is, yeah. And I think, as we move forward, it's our responsibility to really think critically
all of this
about these tools, and ask questions.
Right.
Demand transparency.
Right. Like, where did this come from?
Where did this come from? How is this created? Who created it? Like, all of those questions are so important.
It's like anything else, right? We gotta be discerning with what we're
thoughtful, consuming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I love that.
So really, I think it comes down to these are tools.
Yeah.
Not replacements.
Right.
They're here to help us.
Right.
But they're not going to do the work for us.
They're not going to do the work for us, and they're not going to make ethical decisions for us.
And they're not going to tell us like what is right and wrong.
That's still up to us.
We still have to figure that out.
As humans.
As humans, yeah.
I love that. Okay.
Okay.
So we're in the driver's seat.
We are in the driver's seat.
But we've got this,
we've got this amazing new technology that can help us.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So should we talk about...
Yeah. What else is there?
Video.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we've talked about how to edit video. But what about...
Well, what about making it
from scratch?
With AI.
And that's where it gets really wild.
Okay. Okay, so that's where AI can actually, make the video for me.
Yeah, there's a platform called Synthesia that's doing some really cool stuff in this space.
Okay.
So imagine you have, text, and you want to turn it into a video.
Okay.
With, an avatar, like a person.
Okay, but not those,
No.
creepy?
Not the creepy,
Yeah, robot-looking ones?
Yeah. Exactly. This is totally different.
Okay.
Synthesia uses really advanced AI to create these incredibly realistic avatars.
Really?
That can actually speak your script.
Wow.
And they sound natural.
Okay.
And they even have facial expressions.
So it doesn't look like...
It doesn't look all, janky and weird, yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's what I was picturing.
Yeah, no, this is next level.
Okay, so how would I even use that?
Okay, so let's say you want to make an explainer video about, your business or a product.
Okay.
You write up your script. You pick an avatar that you think, fits with your brand. And Synthesia will generate a video of that avatar, presenting your information.
And is there, a bunch of different avatars to choose from?
Oh, yeah, they have tons. Different ethnicities, ages, styles.
Okay.
You could even choose different languages.
Yeah.
And accents. It's wild.
So I could have, a British guy.
You could have a British guy. You could have...
Southern woman?
A Southern woman, yeah. You could have whoever you want.
Wow, that's kind of amazing.
It's pretty crazy, right?
It is pretty crazy. It's
It's like having,
I don't even know.
A global
cast.
Exactly.
Wow, okay.
Ready to go, whatever you want.
That's amazing. What would I even use that for?
Oh, my gosh. So many things. So, let's say you need training videos.
Okay.
For your team.
Right.
Or you want to create, personalized marketing messages for different types of customers.
Okay.
You could even translate your content.
Oh, wow.
Into different languages.
And I don't have to, hire a translator.
You don't need a translator.
Wow, that's amazing.
Pretty cool, right?
It is really cool.
It's it makes video creation accessible.
Right, because normally,
to anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's expensive.
It can be so expensive.
And it's a whole to-do, so.
And this is really cool.
It is really cool, and, it just opens up so many creative doors.
It does, because, I wouldn't even know where to start.
Right, and now you don't have to,
If I wanted to do that.
You can just play around.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Okay, I like that. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about, AI that can write for me, AI that can edit for me.
Yep.
AI that can, make a whole video for me.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And, I'm excited, but I also, like...
It's exciting, but it's like...
don't know where to even begin.
Where do you even begin? Right.
Right, exactly.
And I think that's the thing. Like, it's so new.
It's very new.
That we're all kind of figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, so where do we go from here? Like...
that's the question.
That's what I do.
I think start with, like, what do you actually need?
Okay.
What are your goals?
So, like, if I want to...
yeah, like, do you want to...
time?
save time? Do I want to, like...
be more creative.
Be more creative. Do you want to?
Do I want to just, like...
reach a wider audience?
make more money? I don't know, like...
all of the above, yeah.
right.
Like, what are you actually trying to achieve?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And once you know that,
okay,
then you can start looking at tools
okay,
that can help you get there.
So it's about, like, figuring out...
it's about being really strategic.
what I really need,
Yeah.
and then being like, okay.
Yeah, like, which tool can help me with that?
Which tool does that? Okay.
Exactly.
And then I don't have to, like...
and you don't have to do it all at once. Like,
do everything.
you can just try one thing,
okay.
see if it works.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, try something else.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Okay, I can do that. I can handle that.
Yeah, and just like...
because it is moving so fast.
it's moving so fast. Yeah, so just
yeah.
stay curious, you know?
Okay.
Stay informed.
Yeah.
There's always something new coming out.
That's true, there is.
But that's what makes it so exciting.
Okay, I like that. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
It's, like, scary, but exciting.
a little scary, but mostly exciting.
Okay, so as we're kind of wrapping up here.
Yeah.
Is there, like, one thing you want our listeners to remember?
Okay, one thing to remember.
Yeah.
AI can be an amazing tool
Mm-hmm.
to help you be more creative.
Okay.
It
yeah.
can help you
Yeah.
do things that maybe you didn't even think were possible before.
Right.
But it's not a replacement
Okay.
for you.
For you.
Your creativity.
Okay.
It's about...
so it's like it's augmenting.
it's augmenting, yeah.
what we can already do.
It's about harnessing the power of this technology.
Okay.
But also remembering that, like...
we're still the boss.
you are still in control.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, like, you are the creative force.
Yes.
AI is just, like, this amazing new tool.
It's like my assistant.
exactly.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
For talking to us today about all of this.
This was fun.
This was really interesting.
I know. It's such a fascinating topic.
It is, and honestly, I feel like we could talk for, like, 5 more hours about it.
Totally.
But we'll spare everybody.
Another time. Another time.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2
Part two to
this deep dive at some point.
Exactly.
But for now, thank you so much.
Yeah, you too.
To our expert.
Thank you for having me.
For being here, and to our listeners.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
We hope you learned something new, or at least
Yeah.
are a little less confused
Less confused.
about AI.
That's the goal. Right.
Right, because it's a lot, but
It is a lot.
we're figuring it out together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
Yeah.
All right, so until next time,
Until next time.
keep creating,
Keep creating.
keep exploring,
Keep exploring.
and keep asking
I'm asking.
those big questions. We'll see you next time.
See you later.